Rotate your, oh no. You can't, okay. You can't turn your phone. Is people gonna see this crooked? Oh, that would not be good. Can we see it on there? Oh, it's crooked on here. Guess what? It's crooked. How am I gonna do this now? There's nobody else watching. Well, that changes everything, Everett. Because I can't go lengthwise. Why would that be the case? Okay, I need an elastic. Can you elastic it? Just elastic it. Okay. We learn to adapt. Leo Hart is watching. One of my friends is watching. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Facebook Live event. I'm here with Everett from EJDM. Everett, tell us a little bit about EJDM.
Sure, well, thanks first for joining us on a Friday afternoon. It's beautiful outside. We've got some construction in the background here, and so we're going to try and make up for it, and hopefully you don't hear too much beeping and digging. And thanks to you, Mark, for being here. I've done some performing and some speaking, and so it's not so bad for me, but I know being in front of a camera can be a bit tricky at times, so.
I have not done a lot of this already.
That's fine. All right, I'm Everett. EJD Mahachik is a CPA firm in southern Alberta. We specialize really in providing clarity to our clients and to business owners, helping them to power their business growth, move ahead in success, move ahead in their life, all sorts of things.
So if somebody needs some of that clarity, how would they get a hold of you?
Yeah, well, it's great. We got probably a million ways to do that. They can go to our website. It's probably the easiest. We've got ejdm.ca. We'll get you there. Moneywrench.ca will get you there. Both will point to a different spot. So welcome you on that spot. We're here on Facebook right now. They can connect with us there. Could phone the office, 403-405-0034. There's probably other ways. Send a carrier pigeon. I don't know. All sorts of things.
So, so why are we here today? What are we discussing?
Yeah. We are here today to talk about some of the pain points that shop owners have and business owners in Canada have with accountants generally, right? And I'm one of those. I'm both a business owner and an accountant, actually. But what we've found over speaking with hundreds of people over a lot of years is that we know what the problems are that you struggle with as a shop owner dealing with an accountant. Typically, there's a level of intimidation sometimes where people don't feel like it's an equal conversation. Often there's some price sensitivity, mostly because you don't understand what the product is that you're getting, what the financial pieces are. Lots of times there's uncertainty about when do I make payments, what's going to be due. So we get these big tax surprises often, Mark, where all of a sudden you owe a whole bunch of money to the government. Nobody likes that, I guarantee. And then the next bit probably is the relationship side, right? Accountants can be a great tool and a resource and a business advisor, but if they don't make themselves available to a business owner and don't foster that relationship well, such as charging for every time you pick up the phone, those kind of things will deter shop owners, business owners from phoning and really getting the advice they need.
So in accounting, there's the traditional accounting model. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, and that's what I just kind of spoke about. Traditional model is is, hey, we're doing work after the fact, so we're looking back at last year's historical numbers. We're not proactive in it. The traditional accountant will bill you later, after they've done all the work, so by the hour. Often won't give you a price for what they're doing till it's all done. Sometimes they will. And really aren't focused on the betterment of your business. They'd love to say they are, they'd love to be actually involved in that, but they just don't know quite how to do it, Mark.
So how does EJDM different in this model?
Yeah, we are very different. We've spent a lot of years and a lot of hours working with our clients inside of these things and understanding that as a client of ours, as a business partner really, you need attention all year long. And you need it in a very specific way, meaning you need to know that we're available to you when you have a question with no strings attached to it. You need to know what the plan is for a whole year. You need to know what's up from us, and you need to be able to solve those pain points that we talked about. So you need to have certainty about what you're going to be paying. You need to know that somebody's listening on the other end, that the accountant actually knows your business really well. And that's where our Money Wrench platform is super awesome. We have some margin analysis that we do, a whole bunch of cool things that will let you know that your accounting or your accounting team is involved in your business, knows your business, and understands really where you're coming from and where the struggles are.
So you're going to explain to us today how you can get $3,400 plus of free service, or should be anyways, from your account.
That's right, so $3,450. That's our number and our value number today, and I want to give you those tools to have that conversation with your accountant. And this is what we believe you should be getting today, and I'll go through that. We think it's easy and it's possible when you've got the right team working with you.
So Everett, how do I get $3,400 off? $3,450 from my account for free.
So I wrote it right here, Mark.
I'm excited to hear this. I hope you are too.
I would venture to say some of the people that are watching today don't even pay their accountant this much in a year.
That's a lot of money. I don't.
Typically because you don't understand what you're getting. And so I compare this sometimes to, let's say you go in and get your truck fixed, Mark, right? To the auto repair shop. We don't really like to do that, right? We might like you as people, the owners there, they help you out. Things like that, but what we don't like is paying for the purchase. And so your typical accounting service is a grudge purchase. You don't want to make it. You don't want to pay for the tax return really because you don't understand it. You don't care how fancy the paper is that it comes on. What you're really looking for is value in your accounting relationship. And so I'm going to walk through some of these things.
So what do you call this value? Like what you have a name for it?
Well, we call it our total care package, Mark.
Oh, I like total
care. So this goes
I like to be cared for by an accountant.
That's right. So we're going to go back to what we call our total care package. Again, this is something we give everybody that works with us, Mark. And I'll walk you through why. You want me to go through?
I'd love to hear. Explain it to me.
All right. So here's the first bit. We got $3,450 that we're giving away for free to all of our clients all the time. And here's how it goes. There's some numbers and words here you're not going to understand, and I'm going to explain them to you. So a sim is our...
Is that a game?
What's that?
It's not the game?
SimCity is a game. Yeah, absolutely. Sim is our strategic improvement map. And this is something that's pretty proprietary to us here and in Canada, we believe, where we have a regular, routine, annual discussion with you that's purely strategy. We're going over what your goals are, what's your shop doing right now, how are you competing, what are some of the goals you have, and sometimes you'll be going through some of these things with your coach if you've got an auto repair shop coach as well. We get into some of the issues. More we're looking at the financial management, maybe succession planning, all sorts of different things. So it really captures the whole scope at a high level of what we're offering to our clients.
Sounds like a good idea for your business owner.
Absolutely. So when we do this for others, we do this at a value of $1,000, Mark. All right? Well, we do that for all of our regular clients for free. Next one's a wrap-up 60. This is what you have your year-end meeting with your regular accountant right now. Your traditional accountant will sit down, walk you through your financial statements, and most of the time you sort of understand what's going on. Sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. They talk about tax things. So this is your chance to really get after the issues. So We've got a specific agenda that we use for this Wrap-Up 60. It's a 60-minute meeting that you get every year to briefly go over the financial statements, but then again to go back, okay, what are the issues in the business that we need to work on? What ratios are we looking for? What are your margins going to be this next year? And really get a better sense of, okay, we're resetting for the next year. Let's go ahead from that.
So you're somewhat forward thinking as well as reviewing.
Absolutely. This is a quick review, and most of it is forward thinking.
All right.
So we give that a value, $450.
Money well spent.
You bet. All right. Number 3, score. This is in sports. Score is when you win, or at least get closer to winning.
Goal.
Touchdown, goal. Our score is really just a ratio product and package. So what we do with every year end and financial statement prep is we go through your ratios and really define how your business is compared over the last couple of years. So I found, Mark, when you do that historical checking piece, the real benefit of it from it is when you can predict what's going to happen in the future. So we don't want to just go, okay, this is what happened last year, and then wash our hands and go away. We say, okay, this is what happened last year and all the years before that. How does that predict a trend for us? Where can we take it from there? So that's really our score package. Everybody gets it, and that is a value of $250. Awesome.
Pam. I know somebody named Pam.
I also know some Pams, absolutely. They're wonderful people. That's why we called it this.
Oh, what's this?
PAM is short for our Project Achievement Map. So we love acronyms, right? You can see that on here. It makes it easier to talk in the office. This is really, I think, one of the hallmark things of our firm that we're able to do. And what it is we're addressing the fact that a lot of clients don't know what to expect through an entire year. So actually, when you start working with us, and every year after that, we project out for an entire year what projects we're going to be working on and when we're going to be working on them. And A, keeps us accountable because we want to be accountable to you for the things we're doing. B, it holds you a little bit accountable as well because we're going to ask for things at certain times and we're hoping it's there. And really the idea here is that we're always working for our clients, whether it be COVID things, whether it be tax items that they need, whether it's payroll advice or accounting advice and all these things. And we've mapped that out into a 12-month period, really, and it works great. A lot of clients really like this aspect of it that gives them that certainty. Oh, I know they're going to be doing this on these dates, and I know how to meet that, right? So we value that at $250 as well, Mark.
It's a good deal for that.
I think so. It's great. A lot of work goes into that. It's really fun, and it's very helpful. Okay. The pulse. That's just your. I guess you can take your pulse here as well. Maybe I don't know how to do that.
But I have a pulse.
So. With all of those yearly activities that we do, we come up with a meeting pulse, we call it, and we use it internally for ourselves. And I'd actually recommend most shop owners do the same thing. You want to create a rhythm of meetings inside your business, right? Whether it's with your techs, whether it's with your service writer, whether it's with your admin team or whomever it is, you want that routine. Oh, I know I'm going to be talking to them this day. And what it does is it kind of creates that pulse, we call it, but it creates a rhythm, and as humans, we like that rhythm. It feels good to us. It helps us know when to bring up issues, do different things like that. So that meeting pulse is set right from the beginning, and is super valuable to our clients. But you know what? We give that value of $250 as well. Lots of 250s in here.
I see. Well, it's simpler math, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're an accountant.
We don't want a spreadsheet for this.
No.
Okay. Number six, upfront pricing. This is going to be one of the game changers in the accounting industry just in general. And we're a little behind maybe in Canada and North America as an industry. But what you need to be getting from your accountant is an upfront price on the work they're going to do. Okay?
Makes sense.
In most provinces in Canada, when you go to get your car fixed or your truck fixed, they give you an estimate. Hey, Mark, I think this is going to be the cost of those U-joints or whatever it is you're fixing, right? And then you have to stick with that estimate. Well, or within a certain percentage anyway. And accounting is the same way. We've been doing this long enough. I mean, I've been doing accounting for, I'm not going to tell you how many years because then it'll tell you how old I am, but a long time. And this is always the struggle. Accountants have a difficult time predicting how much they're going to try to bill you at the end. And so you get these you get this struggle at the end where they say, okay, well, I spent 40 hours doing this and this and this, so I'm going to give you a bill for this. And what we've established is we said, hey, we want to be the same as our auto repair shop owners, and we're going to give you an estimate up front for what we're doing. We know what we're up to. We know what we're going to be doing. We know how much the value is to you. And you know what? If we take too much time to do it, that's on us.
Okay.
If we, I guess, take less time to do it, I don't really care. We want to make sure we're accountable, and we want to make sure the value is known. So we provide upfront pricing on everything we do.
Easier for budgeting if you own a business as well.
Oh man, yeah, like absolutely. How often have you got to the end of your accounting process and you get your bill for your taxes first, which we talked about, and then you get your accountant's bill, right? And so all of a sudden you're on the hook for a lot of cash at one time. So we do what we call an MRR. It's a monthly recurring fee. So at the beginning of the year, we say, hey, you know what? This is your fee for the rest of the year, and that's going to be everything we're going to do for you. It's all included in there. And then we do a monthly amount. It's way better for cash flow, and our clients love that bit. You know, they get to the end, and there's no big surprise. It's all been covered. It's all projected a long time ago.
That makes a lot of sense.
Tons. So you know what? I think I'm low on this, but I set that as a value of 250. As well.
I was going to guess that number. Just taking a guess.
Yeah, I'm going to change it up for you on the next one.
All right,
last one. We're down here in unlimited contact. And this is a beautiful thing, and I left it for last because it's one of my favorites, Mark. Unlimited contact.
Does it mean touching?
Unlimited, yes,
Unlimited.
absolutely.
No, it's not unlimited
We have to
touching.
go off of live for that.
Okay.
Unlimited contact is your ability to communicate with us all year long, anytime. And when we pick up the phone, we don't punch the clock. When we get your email in, we don't start the timer and send you the invoice for it tomorrow. Unlimited contact for us is your way to have access to your accounting team all year long, day in and day out. Well, maybe not Sundays, sometimes not Saturdays, but most of the regular times you're at the shop working. When you've got that question and it's burning a hole in your heart, then bring it up, ask us, and we'll get after it. So the idea is that we don't charge for that time. Client phones me, I have a conversation. If I can answer the problem and solve it really quick, we will. If it means another project, we go back up and we upfront price and we say, okay, well, this is going to be this kind of big of a thing. Let's solve it, and this is what it's going to cost.
That makes sense.
The beauty of it is it gives you that access to your accounting team. But then the second part, the best part of it, is that you know whether you want to solve it yourself or have us work with you. Right? So lots of time, example of this is CRA comes in and reviews or audits a client, and sometimes they want to do it themselves, right? And that's fine, we're good with that, but we want to help, and there are some things you should do that we think are helpful in that case. So I had a client who came and said, hey, CRA is reviewing this, and we said, okay, well, this is what you have to do, this and this and this, and that was in our unlimited contact. We said, no problem. And we said, if you want us to help you, it'll cost this much. That's fine. That would be a normal expectation. But he said, no, I'll do it myself, and did it himself. And the tools we kind of gave him in behind the scenes helped him out, and it was a piece of cake. So really, a lot of value in this one. And I gave this one, Mark, $1,000 for value. Because I feel like you can phone a lot of times and get a lot of answers.
And that's all year.
And that's all year long.
That's all year long.
Yep.
No Christmas Day.
No Christmas.
No Christmas.
No.
Okay, that's good.
You could try, but I'm not phoning you back. Yeah.
Okay. So, who gets this? Just your big customers, clients? Like, are they the only ones who get this?
No, everybody gets this. When you sign up with one of our Money Wrench packages, everybody gets this, and we lay it out right from the beginning. One of the first things we do is this sim with you, get you familiar with who we are, get us familiar with who you are. This is going to come later in the year. Score is going to as well. Project Achievement Map, that's going to come right now. I'm going to lay that out, what we're going to do all year long. Meeting Pulse is an all year long thing. We're doing that all the time. Any client upfront price, that's all year long. We're doing that forever. And unlimited contact is all year long as well. So you're getting things and value from your accountant all the time, every week of the year. It's awesome. Yeah.
So why do you give it away for free? Why is this valued at $3,400 and you've decided that, hey,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this for free?
No, that's a good question. And I think probably it comes down to being realistic about what people are willing to pay for, right? A lot of you shop owners out there, business owners, aren't comfortable paying your accountant a lot of money or any money at all because you don't really get the value you need. You get a tax return filed, like we talked about. You get something done, a set of financial statements, and you look back and you go, I just didn't feel the value to that. So we've said, we want to change that perception because there's a lot of good stuff that happens in behind the scenes. And in the meantime, doing all these things means that our clients are happier. We get done a year of that, and you've received the advice you need. We've been proactive with you. Your data is up to date in real time. We're working on your issues. We're helping you solve problems. We're a phone call away or an email away or a video, a Zoom call away. We do a lot of that these days. So the reason it's free is because we want you to know that this is there and that this is a part of who we are. It makes up our DNA as a firm. So charging extra for it doesn't make any sense to me. This is part of who we are, and this is what real awesome accounting experience I think is in Canada for sure.
So you've already touched on this a little bit, but how about as a client, right? Where do I see the benefit? Like, why working with EJDM and partnering with them is probably better than what I've got today?
Well, I think so. I mean, again, there's great accountants all across Canada, and they do good tax work. They'll probably spit out a nice set of financial statements. Where our Money Wrench packages and our Total Care package goes is digging into the meat of the business in particular. So, if I'm honest from an accountant's perspective, if I work with 100 different kinds of businesses, a flower shop and a mechanic shop and a guy that does framing and a plumber and this and that, and we do, generally our firm works with a lot of different people. It's very difficult for me to get into your business and understand it really, really well, right? I can get to kind of at the sort of a base level, but I can't really dig deep inside and understand it. So our Money Wrench platform is built around us getting into your business and giving you the tools. And so we work with lots of businesses over years. We've got a lot of great data and benchmarks that will help you as a mechanic or an auto repair shop owner really know where to tweak and where to adjust. And some of you who have coaches out there, you'll see this already in the work they do with you, right? They're helping you try to tweak some things. We try to stay on the financial end, right? We get into the heart of the numbers, try and dig in deeper in there and get you on that rhythm, get you on that pulse. And really, for those who have coaches, we sort of are a good correlation together. Our work aligns really well. For those who don't, you might think about it, but it lets us kind of start building that ramp up and getting you on board to understand how important financial stuff is and how to understand it, right? So I know from my own perspective, when I've talked with people, clients, shop owners, all sorts of things, one of the struggles is understanding cash flow, right? We always show this profit and this income and these things, and they say, okay, well, where did the money go? I don't know where it is. I can't find it. And so one of our goals is really to dig into that, and Brian works a lot with that at really highlighting, hey, this is where your money has gone. This is why it's not where it is, and find some ways to tweak it up so that you keep it in your own bank or you are doing more successful things with it.
So what would a business owner have to do to get involved with Total Care?
Oh, sure. Well, yeah, it's an easy question. They can go on our website, moneywrench.ca. It's not Monkey Wrench.
No.
It's money.
That's a Foo Fighters song.
That is Money Wrench, just like, where's our thing? I don't know if you can see it down there. Money Wrench. On there, we've got this super neat tool, a little shop comparison. And so there's a bunch of buttons that you can find on there that say, hey, how does my shop compare? Right? And what this is going to do, it's pretty quick, take you about 4 minutes if you're good with your numbers. It might take you a bit longer if you need to dig deep, but take a guess if nothing else. And it'll give you, look at some of the key benchmarks that we look at. And we compiled data from all over Canada, some from the US, and really have a great sense of what those numbers should be. So go there first, take a snoop around, peek at us. There's no obligation to that. It's no cost. It's whatever. It's free. Will only take you a minute. and then have a great conversation with Brian about it. He'll fill you in on what kind of things you should be doing, give you an idea a little bit more than we can in just the time we've got here as to what's up and how this works. And love to hear from you. We're super excited to be working with all sorts of people and all over Canada. It's a lot of fun.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So, it sounds like to me that every business owner and auto shop could use Total Care in their business, and I think Money Wrench could be a big help for that. So, we've got about 6 minutes left. Everett, is there anything you want to add or any questions we've got out there from people?
Yeah, sure. Open it up. Let us know if you've got something that's burning. I don't know if you can see it on there, Mark. I'll let you worry about that. I'll maybe, I don't have a lot more to mention. I'll put my marker away, but one of the keys we think to success at the business level is really becoming a business owner.
Yeah.
Right? And I know this is the case with a lot of auto repair shop owners. They are a mechanic or were a mechanic, right, and worked their way up in the business and became a business owner. And where we've really let them down as an accounting industry is really giving them the tools to make that leap. Right, it's a pretty big leap to go from doing this to being a business owner. There's a lot of pieces in there, and so in the financial management section, really is where we want to focus our time. And we're an accountant, so it makes sense that we look at the numbers. I won't start to advise on how to replace parts in a car. I've done some, but it was a long time ago and I'm not good at it. But I will advise on how to replace parts in your financial engine. And the things that are running, we've got a lot of experience in that stuff and could do a great job of that. So that's where our heart is, for sure. That's where we want to see you succeed and really be, wake up in the morning and go, okay, I understand my finances. This is all making sense to me now, right? Now I just tweak and I adjust and I tune things and go from there.
Good deal. Well, you've done such a great job explaining it, so we haven't got any questions yet. But I do want to say, though, it really feels like it's a forward-thinking partnership. It's not, it's not a lagging partnership where you're just looking at what happened in the past with numbers and so on and so forth. Yeah. You do that, but you also look a lot in the future and help business growth. Like you're powering business growth. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's one of our slogans is that we power that business growth. We want to give you those tools. You know how hard it is to fix something without the right tool, right? Yeah. You can do it, but I'm not MacGyver with the duct tape and I don't know what.
Elastic band.
Elastic band. That's a good one. So we give you some tools that will help you through it. We walk you through it in person, right? Like we're people on the other end of the phone helping you deal with some of those things. And so, I don't know, yeah, I feel like it's a pretty key part. We're doing some fun stuff, really cool stuff.
So what's next for Money Wrench? What's going on next week?
Oh, that's a good question, yeah. So next week we're going to have Brian online. We're going to get him up in front of people and talk about COVID, right? We've been in this pandemic now for a few months, and a lot of you have done the research on the internet or have communicated with us already and talked about what you need to be doing, how the different programs work. So Brian's going to bring an update on COVID. He's going to talk about also the back end of COVID, right?
This is important. Nobody's talking about this.
No, I agree. And so I think we're on a bit of the forefront here in terms of getting after what are you going to have to do? What kind of records are you going to have to keep for COVID? How long are you going to have to keep them? What is the government going to come audit them? Right? We talked. There was just some news the other day about these jail times and fines.
Yeah, that was yesterday. $5,000, 6 months in jail.
Yeah. So Brian's going to get on here and talk you through what you need to be keeping, what kind of stuff you want to hold on to, and some of the calculations that were involved. You'll want to pay attention to those. And then even just keeping an eye on, some of take the CEBA loan, for example, where you get free money and get to use it, and there's, 10 grand for you down the road if you pay it back in the right time. Well, we want to make sure you're getting that 10 grand, right? So how are we going to do that the right way? So he's going to do some of that, and then we're going to go through some of the things about, even just in general, how does a business kind of stay out of CRA's radar, right? Is there ways that you can keep out of their sights a little bit, or at least help? Right. We know they're sometimes predictable or unpredictable, sometimes predictable. So he's going to give us some tips on just some things to do that way. So pretty excited about that. COVID update. as well. We're expecting some new stuff from that this week also, so who knows what the government comes up
Sounds like if you're a business owner, you want to watch that. If you own a shop, you want to be here for that as well. So
Yeah.
again, Everett, I thank you for your time. I think we're pretty well at the end of our time today.
Okay.
I appreciate this. We're going to try and do this every week for everybody. Thank you, Facebook Live community. We love you, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Mark. Good work.